Every night this week you haven't been home before 11.
I can explain.
There's no need. I've got your credit card records here, I've got tapes, I've got ATM receipts, I've got videos, Dave.
Dave, you're a family man now. Mate, grow up.
I've got these from work. You're not off the hook, Dave. I'm still furious. But we're all going to get you through this.
What was it? Crack, heroin, meth? Dave, I never thought you would sink this low.
It wasn't any of them.
Dave, drop it, please.
No, really, I can explain. I'm addicted to Staples. It started when I was a little kid, about Avi's age. I was in Miss Abby's class. We had just finished drawing or writing or whatever kids do at school. Usually, we would just paperclip our papers together. But that day, she handed me something new. A 1976 Swingline 27 4-way stapler. It was amazing. With the lightest press, you could bond together all the papers you've ever needed to. But what I found even cooler was the staples. If you peel off the handle of a stapler, there lies the piece de resistance. Every day when the stapler was passed around, I'd take some out for myself to play with. That was until one week when Miss Abbott realised that she'd been running out of staples every other day. That was the day when we went back to paperclips. It continued into high school. Every few mornings I would cut by the corner store on the way to the station, get a box and put it in my jacket for the next few days. And every morning I would sit there on the train for 30 minutes each day in heaven. Sure, that could have been 30 minutes studying, but I didn't need to know about astrophysics or algebra. I need to know about staples. Did you know that a standard Australian line of staples is 210 staples long? Or that the first staples were made for King Louis XV in the 1700s France? I bet you didn't, but I do. For 6 years, almost every day in almost every class, I managed to get a fix. At all times, I would keep different brands and sizes in my bag. Come my final exam in Year 12, I finished my exam with 10 minutes left on the clock. I took out my favourite packet of Rexall number 18 staples that kill the time. Mr. O'Grady then decided that that was cheating, and disqualified me. So here we are now, 2 kids, a wife, a house, and a car, and I still love staples. An office job probably doesn't help either. Having an unlimited source of staples, just waiting to be tapped into. Every day for 3 years, I sat at my desk waiting until lunch break. I'd head straight to the supply cupboard, then straight to the bathroom. 3 years, and I was never caught. Not once did a co-worker walk in on me. Not once did I leave a mess on the ground, and every day I remembered to put them back. So how was I busted?
Hey Dave, have you got a minute? I've got an issue about all these staples. They're all arriving, all single and loose. Can you try and source a new supplier? For the amount of money I'm spending, they should come perfect.
That forced me to resort to the world of e-commerce. I turned to Amazon first, buying 10 boxes of staples at a time, for about $20 a pop. It wasn't enough. I went to 20, then 40. When they started showing up in the mail, my wife got curious and asked,
Dave, why are all these boxes of staples coming in the mail?
I just brushed it off as a work thing. It's just a work thing. And that I would be reimbursed for it. I'll be reimbursed for it. Of course, I never was, and once again, I had to change my plan, and that's when I changed myself too. Over the course of the next few months, I really started to enable myself. I started paying cash only at different office supply stores around town. I would sit in my car and break apart staples before going to the next store. I began to stay out late, promising my wife I would be home soon, just so I could stay out buying more staples. I opened a new bank account and started slowly siphoning money into it from the family account. Then she saw the transactions online and got proper suspicious. She hired a private investigator who stalked me every night for a whole week. Turns out, from his perspective and his photos, it looked like I was running drugs from an underground office supply store cartel and using some of myself. After explaining the story, I took my parents outside to my car and showed them the evidence. They didn't have much to say. My wife stayed inside, crying. After a while, things got better. The kids never found out, and I now have half an hour every day to get my fix. My wife even gave me a monthly allowance to spend on staples. Obviously, I can't have everything, but if there's one thing I'd wish for, it's for her to experience how much joy I had, slipping down the path of the addict.